considering this affects the food that we eat, this affects the jobs that we have on campus, and this affects our entire future as a community, we think that's far too important to go untalked about.
My name is Ali Sihan, and I'm a senior anthropology major here at UK. And I'm a member of United Students Against Sweatshops here on campus. We're a student organization that currently is running a campaign to prevent UK from outsourcing our dining services.
How do we differentiate ourselves if we're the same as everybody else with dining services? My name is Sean Burns. I am a business consultant now, but I used to be the director of purchasing for some of the larger food providers, Aramark and the Compass companies.
My name is Brock. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Kentucky. Undecided in my major, and I'm an active member of UK United Students Against Sweatshops.
My name is Chelsea Barish. I work in the entomology department in the College of Agriculture.
Safe house, tucked away between tomorrow and yesterday. The door is open, but love can climb in through my window and stay a while we play. The world may pass us by.
A land-grant institution mainly focuses on agriculture and technical learning. In 1862, a bill was enacted making land-grant institutions possible. They're made through public funding, through a land-grant system. The College of Agriculture is what resulted of this.
Another way that UK is currently able to invest in this land-grant institution model, and is sort of the foundation of this model, is investing in community innovations, particularly in the realm of agriculture. In the state of Kentucky, actually in this 3-state region, we're the only land-grant institution, and so we're sort of the only place where these programs can manifest at this scale. And the types of things I'm talking about aren't just agriculture classes, but actual partnerships between the university and real-world applications of the things that professors are teaching. So we see students going to farms and learning actually what happens on a farm, and not just, going to a farm, but participating in the process. It's not just a tour that you get in middle school. You become part of the local food chain, and for someone who is hoping one day perhaps to be a farmer or to go into food processing or food management, that's really a key. We send our biology and chemistry students who want to get into a med program to shadow doctors at a hospital. This is a similar program, but perhaps a little less glitzy. And it's equally important to students, and it's important to our community. People feel a certain amount of pride for working with the institution. Perhaps they're an alumnus of, or perhaps they actually sell produce or products to UK for students to consume and to be able to show students directly what it is that they're eating and what they're a part of. That's really, really important, not just in a monetary value, because in all honesty, we could get cheaper food elsewhere, but it's about more than that. The university is about more than just cranking out diplomas. It's more than just taking your tuition money and turning it into more money. It's about an investment, and UK has a great investment and can invest further, but unfortunately, we're no longer seeing it like that. We're seeing it as sort of waste. And you can't look at a human being and consider that relationship waste.
One of the newest programs is the Sustainable Agriculture Program. It's a Bachelor's of Science, and it's a really awesome opportunity. It focuses on environmental stewardship, social responsibility, and economic profitability. And they have a certified organic farm. Each of the majors and minors is required to work a certain numbers of hours out there, and the food that is grown there gets sold at a lower price than most CSAs to UK students and faculty.
Hey, 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 hey.
there's part of the conversation is whether or not UK has the resources to provide an adequate layout, development, from the architecture to the infrastructure to build these dining services within the new residence halls. So I guess that comes down to the UK architecture program, the dietetics program, and the other pieces. If we don't feel that we can put this project together, then I think it's a huge issue for the University of Kentucky. The easy decision is to go with an Aramark or a Levy or one of these Compass Group organizations that have done it, and they're going to do a great job. But if we don't have the internal resources to pull off a project like this, then that gives me cause for alarm.
What we're asking the university to do is delay and ultimately deny outsourcing the campus dining services. We think that dining services is something that should remain under the management of the university. Should, if there's a definite need for revitalization, then maybe that's something that should be put up to the 26,000 brilliant minds right here on campus.
And one of the reasons that we're particularly interested in this attempt to outsource our dining services is that it's going to very negatively affect the workers in our dining facilities. So obviously there are many, many people who cook the food, serve food, and clean up after students in dining facilities like Commons and Intermezzo. But there are also people who work behind the scenes creating menus, managing supplies and distribution of those supplies across campus, and that look at finances, that procure contracts with Kentucky Proud Farmers. And dining services right now employs almost 800 employees, 500 of which are students. So in the attempt to outsource or change the structure of our dining program, it's really going to affect a huge portion of our campus. And the things that we see at other universities across the nation and across the world that have outsourced are bad things, unfortunately. Things like the lowering of wages. Often what will happen after a contract is signed is that all employees will be fired and then rehired at a lower wage. Another thing that we see for the same reason are the cutting of benefits. People at UK right now that work full-time have a really good benefit package. They get health care for themselves and for their domestic partner or spouse. They also get dental and eye care plans. And we have a great program that allows for temporary employees to advance, to become full-time employees, and to get raises, which is really, really significant for those from low-income communities, and we're even allowed to hire former felons, which is a great way for them to get rehabilitated into the community. And if we outsource, those aren't profitable things for a company to do, so most likely we're going to see them go away.
Something is reaching me now. Something that lives in the dark of my mind. It's like a small thought is gone. It's like a millstone grounded to sound. And hey, soothsayer, listen up.
And that leads into how much percentage is Aramark or Levy or Compass going to pull out? How much are these outside purveyors going to pull out over the course of this contract, whether it's 10 years? Are they going to get a 10% cut? Are they going to get a 20% cut? And why can't we keep that internal to UK and the Commonwealth?
They want to make sure that the money UK is paying is going mostly to their profits rather than back into the actual running of our dining facilities. And for a university that's able to finance renovations on its sports facilities, on science facilities, which are all really important, and we need those renovations, the ability to pay a decent wage to workers is something that we should not overlook. It's sort of a moral responsibility for a campus that is able to invest that kind of revenue annually. There's really no excuse to not invest in people as well. And that's what a private company like Sodexo or Aramark or Compass Group is not going to understand, because their bottom line is a bottom line.
Because as a land-grant institution, our mission has always been about food and about outreach and benefiting the community, it kind of just goes against that entire mission of helping the community and helping the agricultural community.
For a land-grant institution, we should not be run like a business. We're not a business. We're a university at the core.